Good morning. We're all looking for happiness, right? But what if I told you that the very way we search for it is actually the thing making us miserable? Today, let's explore a different path, one that goes way beyond those quick fixes to find something that genuinely lasts.
So let's jump right in with a pretty challenging idea. Think about all those things we chase for a quick hit of happiness. The endless scrolling, the next online purchase, that show everyone's binging. What if all of that is just a trap, setting us up to feel even emptier?
Okay, I know. That's a really provocative statement from the source material, but hang with me because the point it makes is so important. When we constantly reach for the easiest, most instant gratification, we kind of lose our taste for the good stuff, the deeper, more meaningful fulfillment that comes from real connection or creating something beautiful.
And this cycle is just so familiar, isn't it? We get the shiny new thing, we watch the show, and for a moment, it's great. But then that hollow feeling just creeps right back in. And listen, this isn't some personal failure on your part. It's a trap that's literally built into our modern world. This feeling of being stuck is so real. It actually led one psychology professor to a huge personal crisis. He looked at decades of research and found a truth so discouraging that it made him question everything he dedicated his life to. What he discovered was that real, lasting, transformational change, well, it's incredibly rare. It turns out most self-help efforts give you this little honeymoon effect that feels amazing for a week or two. But then, poof, it fades and you're right back where you started. And for him, this was devastating. He felt like he was just selling people false hope, that he was part of the problem. He was actually ready to walk away from the entire field of psychology.
He literally asked himself that question. And I think in our own way, we've all been there, right? When you've tried your best and things just don't stick, you start to wonder, what hope is there to really create the life I want? But here's the beautiful part. That moment of absolute despair, it led to a breakthrough. Instead of asking why change fails, he and others started looking at what actually works. And that brings us to this really powerful whole-person framework for a happier life.
It's called the SPIRE model. And the big idea here is that happiness isn't just one thing. It's a balance across 5 crucial parts of your life. It's about being a whole, thriving person. And what I love is how it breaks everything down. You've got spiritual well-being, that's your purpose. Physical, moving and resting your body. Intellectual, keeping that curiosity alive. Relational, our vital connections to other people. And emotional, learning to ride the waves of our feelings. If any one of these is out of whack, the whole structure can feel a little shaky. And what's so cool is that this isn't just one person's idea. It doesn't matter if you're looking at Western psychology or ancient Eastern philosophy, they all point to the same core truths for a good life. It always comes down to growing as a person, connecting with others, and keeping a healthy mindset. So let's take a look at how these universal ideas are expressed so beautifully in Japanese culture. It gives us this really unique and powerful way to think about our own well-being. This framework actually comes from research done with over 1,500 people in Japan. It takes these big, abstract ideas about happiness and grounds them in a way that feels really simple and profound, something you can connect with every single day. First up is this incredible concept of ikigai. It's your reason for being, that thing that gets you excited to jump out of bed in the morning. You can totally see how this connects back to that spiritual and intellectual health in the SPIRE model, right? It's all about finding your purpose. And then there's wa, which means harmony. This is such a beautiful reminder that our happiness isn't just about us. It's deeply tied to the well-being of the people around us. This speaks right to the relational part of the SPIRE model. Happiness isn't a solo mission, it's something we create together. Okay, so this is all great, but how do we actually bring it into our day, right now? Let's boil it all down to a simple, actionable hint you can try today. So here they are, the 4 factors from that Japanese study, but framed as 4 simple mindsets. Now, you don't have to do all of them. Just pick one. Just one of these can totally shift your day. Maybe you challenge yourself, or you thank someone, or you just trust that things will work out. Or maybe you just give yourself a break and accept yourself, just as you are. So that's my question for you. Which one of these 4 will you try today? Remember, even a tiny shift can create a little bit of happiness. And that is a wonderful place to start. Have a great day.